Yeah, hello, good evening, Nigerians. I just want to comment on the current situation of Nigeria. I could see that Nigeria is tipping onto civil war. Um, this is my first live video I've ever made. I usually do not comment on certain situations that occurs within Nigeria because I think Nigeria is such a complicated and fragmented society that various institutions of the state are not properly working for the development of the country. There are various reasons why there's so much insecurity on the development of the Nigerian state. Um, Nigerians are one of the most intelligent, they're one of the most hardworking people you can find anywhere in the world. I live currently in the United Kingdom. I could attest to that. I have seen Nigerians does tremendous in various fields they find themselves. But the problem with Nigeria is the leaders. You have a leadership situation in Nigeria where those who are running the countries are not interested in developing the country. And this has been going on for 60 years. And you can see a nation with great human and financial development has failed to achieve its potentials. Not because there's lack of capacity or lack of human power within the Nigerian nation, but because our nation is being governed based on ethnic, religious, regional sentiment, where the very best are not allowed to come into power. Where you have a society that has been hijacked by a group of incompetent kleptocrats who has held this nation down for too long. The situation of Nigeria over the last couple of weeks and months has made me to be worried about our country. This is a great nation, uh, one of the best nation in terms of human resources in the world. I do believe Nigerians are among the top 10 most smartest people on planet Earth. But Nigeria is being governed by incompetent people. A nation where you only get into the top institutions of the country based on your regional inclination, your religious sentiment, ethnic origin, has not allowed people to develop the country. One of the biggest problems of Nigeria is the constitution, but I do not see why those in charge of Nigeria for over 60 years have failed to realize that this constitution that has been used since 1970 has not worked for Nigerians. Or they continue to practice and operate this constitution because somebody wants to become an emperor, wants to control everyone within the nation. Let's use an example. How can a nation, a state like Lagos, a 120 billion dollars economy cannot have his own electricity, cannot run his own airports, cannot have his own seaports, cannot provide security for his state. Lagos State economy is equivalent to 22 countries out of the 54 countries within Africa. Well, he's not allowed to have his own electricity. He's not allowed to have his own airport. He's not allowed to have his own seaports or various institutions based on the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Constitution is a big problem. But you find a situation where a certain part of the country has failed to allow for the change of the Constitution because they are scared that they will be left behind. That is just the basic truth. This, a certain part of the country has been clamoring for um, restructuring for numbers of years. But a certain part of the country has failed and refused to allow it. And this is what has led to the current state of insecurity in Nigeria today. Absolutely. Because when you push people to the wall, they'll come back and fight you. And that's what's going on in Nigeria today. Insecurity. So when Nnamdi Kanu speaks about Nigerian as a failed nation, he's absolutely right. Do I subscribe to everything he does? No. But you need to understand where he's coming from. This nation has failed to develop his own people. This nation has been governed by a group of kleptocrats who belong to a club of kleptocracy who has hijacked the system of this country. Just imagine every part of Nigeria is allowed to govern and grow at their own pace. And the Nigerian economy could become $1 trillion economy under a decade. But because somebody wants to keep hold of power, somebody wants to be in charge of an entire country, somebody wants to dictate to everyone what he or she should do, refused to let go of power. I do not see a situation where one man should determine what happens in an entire country. Nigeria is such a diverse country with different ethnic citizens that it is difficult to govern it from the center. What has the federal government got to do with mineral resources in Delta State or mineral resources in Lagos, Ogun State, Sokoto State? This should be done by the state governors. There has to be a decentralization of the system in Nigeria in order for Nigeria to work. As long as we continue to operate this unitary system of government, the country is never going to see development. We have been doing the same thing over and over and over again, over 50 years. There's been no changes, and this set of leaders are continuing to do the same thing without changing anything. All right. The northern part of the country is scared of restructuring because they thought, oh, they could lose the oil receipt. Okay, let's restructure the country without the oil. Let's give each region 10 years to develop the resources within your region. And after 10 years, the oil receipt will be given back to the states where they are located. We must create a society of competition, a society where people must think outside the box, not a society of consumption. And everybody goes to Abuja at the end of every month to seek rent and collect their part of the share of the cake. And the cake is dwindling, and this is what is resulting in crisis within the country. I don't know how a nation has developed a nation where its citizens are one of the brightest in the world, elected such mediocre as a president. It's just beyond belief. So it's just kind of crazy. I've been watching what is going on in Nigeria for the last couple of weeks, and I'm a little bit baffled. This nation has deteriorated to so much level of insecurity. I do travel to Nigeria very often. I do attend and go to Nigeria twice every year. But the last couple of years, I've been frightened to go to Nigeria because there's so much insecurity. This is the opportunity for citizens of the country, especially the southern part of the country, to demand restructuring. If this opportunity goes away, there will be no restructuring of Nigeria. Nigeria has to be restructured in order for it to achieve its full potentials. Each region must be able to govern at its own pace. Each region must be able to develop at its own pace. Each region must be able to ensure development of its citizens at its own pace, not a centralized system where everyone has to grow at the same pace. That is the essence of the unitary system. The system was created in order to slow the growth of the southern part of the country because those in the north lacks capacity to manage their region. That is why the system, the rules and the regulations, the laws within the constitutions were put in the exclusive list to prevent the South from growing too fast. I don't understand why You living in a country, Lagos State cannot provide electricity for its own state. $120 billion economy cannot provide electricity for its own state. $120 billion economy is not allowed to own and run its own airport. It's just insane. Lagos State is supposed to be a hub. If Lagos State is allowed to develop and grow at its own pace, Lagos State will become